All right, today is an exciting day. Get to work on my GTS 248A package. So there's two ways to make your car faster, both in the corner and in a straight line. One of them is to add power, and the other one is weight reduction. So this car from the factory, the 248A package, is a carryover from the 95 GTS. Comes with crank windows, the tweed non-power seats, just a cassette deck, no cruise control or anything like that on the steering wheel. This one wasn't even optioned with the rear defrost, but it has the drivetrain of a regular GT. And you could, this is how most of them started out, and you could add options to them. Like if you want an automatic transmission, or if you wanted power windows, you could add that to the 248A package. Also, this car on the outside doesn't have a wing from the factory, and it doesn't have fog lights, so both of which are normally factory on a GT. Even my license plate 248A GTS. Those are the easy ways to tell if it's a GTS or 248A package, whatever you want to call it. This car also doesn't have ABS on there. Some of the things I've done to reduce the weight on it, suspension wise, it's got coilovers front and rear, tubular control arms front and rear, and it's got aluminum Texid block, and lighter exhaust with turn downs, so that I can don't have to run the tips or the brackets or the hangers for the tips. The dog bones off the differential. The trunk has been all the carpet's been taken out of there. This car, as it sits, weighs about 3,000 pounds. When I got it, I bought it from the original owner a few years ago, and she kept it completely stock, and I weighed it then. It was right around 3,200 pounds, might have been 3,250, and those are with like a half tank of gas. So today we're going to see if we can get some more weight out of this thing. And the way that I'm going to try and get some weight out of it is with this Braille battery, the AGM battery. I think that's pronounced correctly, Braille or Braille. But this is the 15-pound battery. This is an AGM battery, part number B2015. This is AGM is absorbed glass mat, so it doesn't have the plates in there. It doesn't have liquid in there. You can mount this sideways. You can mount it right up and down. But the 15 weighs 15 pounds. This one has 450 cold cranking amps, and hopefully that'll be enough. I also bought this battery mount kit. The part number on that is BRL61810. We'll see if I need that, if that helps put this in the car. And this I got as a Christmas present, and I'm going to keep this in the car just in case I get stranded or something. It's just like a portable jumper box, and it's got the little cables on there. So I've used this before, actually. This will help start a car. I don't know if it'll help this little battery or not. Comes with a sticker, some information on it, some mounting directions, and a little bag. I think these are the terminals that go on there. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. So they make a couple of different ones. They make an 11-pound one, and then they make some lithium ones, but they start getting expensive. This one I bought off Summit for about $200, and I think the factory battery is like 45 pounds or somewhere in there. So if I can drop 30 pounds off the front of the car for $200, that's a big win in my opinion. So from doing the research on these, from what I could find out, this is 450 cold cranking amps. And what they recommend, what I found online, was they recommend about 100 cranking amps, cold cranking amps per liter of engine size. So my engine's a 4.6 in that GTS, so I went with the 450. But the 11-pound one is a little less, 375, 350 cold cranking amps, something like that. And I did read some people say that the 11-pound one worked, but I went with the 15 just to see. First thing I'm going to do is get this over onto the battery charger to make sure it's charged up. Yeah, this is the battery charger that I like to use. It's a C-Tech. These are, in my opinion, probably the best smart chargers that you can get. Jay Leno uses these on his, you'll see him, he's pretty famous for supporting C-Tech, but this actually will, they can bring back AGM batteries. A lot of battery chargers can't do that. So it'll do all types of different batteries. This one here also will test the battery and the alternator. So this is the MUS 4.3 test and charge from C-Tech. So one thing I like to do whenever I put a battery on a charger is I'll hook the charger up to the battery before plug it into the wall. Whenever you disconnect them, you're going to unplug it from the wall first and then disconnect it from the battery. All right, first thing I'm going to do is get this stock battery out of here, starting with a negative cable. Put some PB blaster on there, clean it up a little bit. You know, there's a little hole down there, usually a 8 mil. Now the battery can come out. Got my shipping scale set up, zeroed out. First, let's see if the Braille 15 is actually 15 pounds. 14.23 pounds. Now the interstate battery. 29.49. So it's about 15 pounds lighter. And the brackets that I got, this is that universal bracket we may end up using. 0.36 plus the battery brings it up to almost 15 pounds. So not as much of a weight reduction as I hoped for, but still 15 pounds off the nose is a pretty big deal. All right, not sure how I want to bolt this thing in there. Okay, so I marked a couple holes here. I'm going to drill down through there and then maybe be able to put this J-hook around and then it'll tighten down on the top. First I'm going to drill some smaller pilot holes and then I'll drill them bigger. Now I'm going to go to a 1/2 inch. Hopefully that's going to be big enough. Now I'll vacuum out some of that dirt. Give it a little wipe down with some PB blaster. It's not quite big enough to go down through the top. Maybe I can slide them up through the bottom. Alright, there's two. I guess I didn't need to go, go that big with the holes. That's pretty good. So now we got the battery mounted. We'll get the terminals on here. Okay, so it comes with these two posts and the longer screws to put in there. At least I hope these are going to work as posts. So one of these is a little bit bigger, and usually the bigger one is the positive side. So we'll put that one over there. I don't want to over tighten these. It seems like they'd be really easy to strip out. So. And I want the best outcome available, so I'm going to put some dielectric grease all over these to try and help the connection and keep a good connection. Okay, I got some grease on there, so now let's see if the positive will fit. Hey, nice. Now let's see if the negative fits. Nice. Forgot to put my cover on there. Per the rules for the racetrack that I go to, you got to have a cover over the positive terminal. And put a little black tape around it just to make sure it stays down. I don't like how these are sticking up so high, so I'm going to cut those off. Okay, so there's our finished product. 15 pounds off the nose, which isn't bad. 200 bucks when you consider some people spend, you know, $500, $600, $700, $800 for a carbon fiber hood to drop 15 pounds. So if that gets me 15 pounds and continues to start the car, I'll be happy. Speaking of starting the car, let's see if it works. It didn't seem to struggle at all to start it, but I'm going to keep that little portable battery jumper in the car just in case, and I will comment below if I ever get stranded with this thing. But I'm happy with it. Looks good.